Hey everybody, it's Red Toad Racing. Uh, I know I said I was going to show you how to do the wiring and stuff in my last video, and I plan to bang this out and get this motor swap done, but a bunch of stuff happened. I was making great progress, and vacation ended, had to go back to work. Uh, then my furnace died. Yeah. So, thought it was just an igniter. Replaced it. That seemed to work good for about 2 hours. So I started metering things and everything else and realized that the control board was actually the problem. So I ordered a new control board, replaced it, and the furnace started running. It's gas forced air. So I thought that everything was good, and then after a couple hours of it running, then went to ignite the one time, and boy, it boomed pretty good. Then I knew right there and then, well, fuck, that ain't good. Tore it apart. Yeah, the heat exchanger cracked. So I bought a new heat exchanger, had to replace that. So basically I rebuilt my gas furnace for the house. So that kept me out of here from getting work done. And the bad part was couldn't get parts. I had to wait a week for the circuit board. And I had to wait another 4 days for the heat exchanger to come. Good thing I have a wood burner as a backup. I mean, it's not a big wood burner. It's not meant to heat the whole house. It's just there as a backup. And so that worked. Did have a couple pipes freeze. Had to fix those. So now everything's back to normal. I'm off work. Had to take another week's vacation because of all this, which sucks. Because now that means I can't go to Mini Mayhem. So it is what it is. But anyways, I'm back out here in the shop tonight. Saturday night, things are working good in the house. Heat's running good. Alright. Things seem to be back to normal. Plumbing's fixed. Let's get back out here and get after this. So, as I said in the last video, I'd talk about wiring and how you wire your mud mower to simplify it, because a lot of guys buy stuff, have a lot of safety switches and everything else in them. You're trying to bypass them and all that stuff. Sorry about how it keeps flickering light and dark. When I have the camera facing this way, for some reason, these neons make it auto light and darken like crazy. I've tried adjusting it, but I can't seem to get it to stop. So sorry about that, but when I face you around the other way, it doesn't seem to do it. It only does it on this side. So, but anyways, like I was saying in my last video, we're gonna go over wiring, how I did it. Like I was saying, a lot of you guys run LT1000s, or it doesn't really matter what type of mower you're running. The wiring is the same on all of them. It really is. So I'm going to go over how to build a wire harness for your mud mower. I mean, mine's already mostly wired up, but I'm going to go through and explain it to you, what goes where, what does what. This is really not hard, guys. It's really simple, but I know this is where a lot of guys have trouble with. So I figured I'll make a video, show you how you wire things, make your life simple. And for all you guys out there running whatever type of mower with all them safeties in there. Excuse me. A little late tonight. Just cut that wire harness the whole way out. Just, honestly, just cut it out. You can make your mower run with like 4 wires. Literally. It's 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4 wires. So, and all the parts are already there on your mower. So, I'll show you what I did here with mine. And again, I'm kind of simplifying mine to make it kind of simple, easy to troubleshoot in the future, but I also did it so it's robust, reliable. I throw a few extra things in there that aren't normally there. Yeah, I'll explain as I go. So, alright guys, I'm going to flip you around here, show you my wiring, and I'm going to explain it exactly what does what goes where, so you guys who are building your mower understand how to wire this stuff up. Alright, let me flip you guys around here. Alright. So there's my Oppie. She's wired up. Okay. So, well, let's start off with, how do you start your tractor? You need a solenoid. This was the only solenoid that was available at my local Tractor Supply, so this is what I got. So how your solenoid works, okay? As you can see, I have a positive running down to the positive on my battery. The other positive off of this lug, this runs down to my starter. Okay, that's what gives my starter power to crank. So how do you trigger that starter? Okay, that's pretty simple. I guess the wires are kind of hidden. But you have 2 posts, okay, under here. One there, one there. Basically what a solenoid is it's a switch that's controlled by a low voltage switch. So, one wire here, and again, it doesn't matter which one that you put any of these on. You could flip this one to this one, doesn't matter. You can flip this one to that one, doesn't matter. It's just a switch. One of these, okay, is a positive. If you're setting yourself up for a positive system with a negative ground, which is what most everybody's going to do. One of these goes to the positive on your key switch. The other one goes to your ground, your negative. And that's it. So when you turn the key switch, it closes this circuit, which in turn closes these 2 switches, which makes your starter crank. That's it. That's all there is to it. Every mower has one of these on there somewhere. This is all you need in your key switch to make your engine run. Like if you're like, say, an LT1000 guy, depending on the model and the motor number and the motor type that you have on your LT1000, listen, I know my LT1000s inside and out. They had so many different motors, combinations on them. Sometimes it's mounted on the inside, which would be like right here on your LT1000. Sometimes they're right there. But 90% of the time, it's back here behind that plate under the seat. So, it's simple. Just cut everything out. Run a positive to your key switch off of one of these posts. The other one to your ground. positive to the battery, positive to the starter. Your engine will run. Now you're wondering, all right, how does it shut off? Well, you got to kill spark. Okay, now on this engine, and pretty much every engine out there, you're going to have a coil somewhere around the flywheel that sends spark to your cylinders. Unless you're running old stuff with points of condenser, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm just doing more modern stuff. Because most of you guys ain't going to be messing with the old stuff. You're going to have a wire. It's right here on this engine. This is coming off the coil to this engine. This is to kill the engine. So you run this wire, which mine is running, it's kind of hard to do here. Right there. Running up through into my wire harness. That wire there, to turn the engine off, needs to get grounded. That's how you shut your engine off. You got to ground that out. You'll have to get a meter and check your key switch and see which one, when you turn it off, which posts close. And that'll turn your engine off. Now, the key switch I have wired up doesn't have that option, which I'm fine with because I always put mine on a kill switch, which is this thing right here. And then right underneath it, these are the wires here for it, is my pull tether, which they're not wired up yet. So that's that. That's all there is to it. Those are my kill wires. I just don't have them hooked up yet. Very simple. Now your charging system. Okay. On this engine, it has a stator, which most of what you guys are going to be working with is going to have a stator. You're going to have a voltage regulator. Now I mounted mine right here. This is my voltage regulator. Some of you Kohler guys aren't going to have a voltage regulator, but I'll get into that in a minute. But most of your engines are going to have two wires, which are these two wires here coming out to this yellow plug. They're AC voltage. They're coming off your stator, which is basically turns your flywheel into an alternator. And that's how you make voltage. So you'll have two wires of AC voltage coming out, which I have these right here. And they're running up under the intake and coming up into here, into my stator. Now you're going to have one wire coming out of your stator. That's your charge wire, which is this one here. That's the one you send your positive on your battery, which is under this loom here, tied in. Right there it is. Tied in with the positive that goes to my key switch. And that's how I keep my battery charged. Now, your voltage regulator, what it does is it takes AC voltage, because that's what your engine's creating, is AC voltage. And it converts it to DC voltage. And it sends it to your battery and charges your battery, and you can run lights and things like that. Now, on some Kohlers, for example, especially your LT1000 guys who have a Kohler, you're not going to have one of these. You will see on your engine these two wires coming out. Follow that harness and you're going to find a bulge. It'll kind of look something like this, but this ain't it. It'll be a little smaller actually. There's a bulge in there, and it's a diode. And that one that goes from the diode is the one that goes to your battery. Because basically the way AC voltage and DC voltage works is AC goes like this. Okay, here's your AC. Pretend my finger is the voltage. It goes like this, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's the frequency it travels on through the wire. DC only does this. It only goes in one direction. What a diode is, think of it kind of like water or air. AC is doing this back and forth through your air line or water line. It's making pressure, but it goes in two directions. What a diode does is it only lets it go one direction. Kind of like a check valve. You know, only goes one way. So, when you guys will have coilers, you'll have to watch for that. Inspect your wire harness coming out of the stator. You feel that bulge in there, going to the one wire. That's what you have. You have a diode. And sometimes if that's why you're not charging or anything, it's that wire. It went bad. Just clip it. Take the two wires out. Wire up a 3-wire stator. It's very simple. 2 in, 1 out. Yeah, that is literally all there is to wiring up one of these engines. It'll run. I mean, mine won't because I don't have gas going to it, but plus I don't have my kill switch wired up. Well, we'll go over the kill switch. As I said, I showed you, the wire comes up out of there off of the coil, which is what's making spark to the engine. So, to turn your engine off, you want to send that spark somewhere else. You want to send it to ground. Okay. My wire from my coil is coming up, and it's right here. This is my coil wire. I'm going to wire it up to a toggle switch right here, which is going to come out of here and go to ground. It's open right now when it's running. When I want to turn it off, I close the switch, sends the spark to ground, engine dies. Then I turn the key off. I do this on a lot of machinery, a separate kill. I like it that way. You can do it with a key switch, but you got to buy the right key switch. So, and then also what I'll do is I'll route this through these wires here, which are my pull tether over here. So, this is where I'll be running my kill switch through, right here and here. So, that's all there is to it. And to show that this works, there you guys go. That's all there is to it. Wiring these up is not that difficult. It's very simple. Not much to it. If any of you guys have questions on how to wire things, don't understand how something works, by all means, ask. I mean, I'm an electrician by trade. This is really easy stuff. I tried to make it as simple as possible for you guys here, so. Or if you guys could think of another way for me to explain this and make this simpler, by all means tell me. I'll update a video, make another video if I have to. Or if you guys want to understand in more in depth on how to do something, I can make a video on that too. I mean, just let me know. But I didn't think everybody wanted to watch me twisting wires together and doing shrink tubing and crimping ends and stuff. So I figured I'd wire it up and then explain how it works. You can follow the wires, here in the video and understand it. So, other than that, guys, it's pretty simple. It's not that difficult. I'm going to get back to it and get my kill switches wired up. I want to hear this thing run tonight on and off the key and get that stuff done. So, yeah. So, guys, until next time, it's Road Toad Racing. Again, if any of you guys need help with wiring, by all means, drop a comment. I'll answer. Do me a favor, guys. Like, subscribe, follow. That shit. Not like I'm a big YouTuber or anything, but, what the fuck. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I think by the time I wire up these kill switches, it'll be time to go to bed tonight. I'm kind of beat. Alright, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, it's Road Toad Racing. Later.